Hi everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from ICM. And this is quite an interesting combo because here we get Flak together with the crew, so it might be a good basis for some diorama project, or it might be just as good as the solo assembly with some base. So what I have here on the table, that's the final shape of this release, and it means you will get exactly the same stuff if you order it, for example, from Modelimex. The kit number is 35178 or 718 actually, and the exact name can be seen here. So the box art suggests that we will get 4 soldiers and the flag, so quite a combo in 135 scale. It might be useful. Here on the side you will find some information about this kit. So if I look myself, it's written that we have 37 parts for assembly of 4 figurines and 70 parts for assembly of the flag turret. And here on the opposite side you can see also some profile image of all of these things which are included here. And as you might have noticed, the box size is standard for such release from ICM, so in case you have some figurines from them, it will be no surprise for you. What I'm doing right now is cutting through the plastic seals because this is also a standard packaging so far for the ICM, and it's also a good indicator if the box was opened before or you're the first one to open and check what is inside. And in the meantime, I can also remind you that you can check other ICM reviews on my YouTube channel. I show what is inside. I also tell some interesting facts about these kits, so definitely check out if you would like to get something else from them. So as you can see, the inside under the color printed cover, we had this sturdy white cardboard box, and inside we have these sprues packed into one plastic bag, so it's a resealable plastic bag, and I will show it in a second because it's easy and quick to open. Okay. So for the figurines, it's a sprue C. Here we have all 4 guys, and as you can see, the overall design is pretty much standard for 135 scale. So again, if you have some experience with such sizing and if you assembled some of the figurines, you will not be surprised here. Obviously the positions are predefined, so there is not that much to change, but I think this is also something what is expected from such releases. But overall, you can notice that each figurine is placed in the corner of this frame. So here we start with the first guy. As you can see, he is in the standing position. We do not have any guiding elements even for the head, so that's why be careful and try to check how all of these parts align together so that the position and overall stature, it will look more or less natural, and it will be a smooth connection between the parts so that it won't look like an action figurine in 135 scale. But as you can see, the overall design of the parts is well thought through, so there are no weird design solutions where you will have to do some extra actions. The only thing again is just to dry fit the some of the parts and also check how they look together. If I flip over the sprue, you can see exactly what I said before, so no guiding elements, and that's why you should pay attention to how they go together. Next we have parts for the flak, and I can see that they are supplied on 2 sprues. So for example, here we have the frame B, and I think it's worth zooming in a bit. Now you can see that here we have the let's say main frame parts for this turret gun, but also we have some parts for the equipment which will be placed on it. I'm not sure if I see the main barrels. I think they should be, yeah, you can see them on the next sprue because here I do not see them. And if I flip over the sprue here, you can check the parts from the opposite side. So of course, in all of the necessary spots we have the guiding elements, so do not worry if the thing is divided into several sections. It's still easy to combine them together because of such design, and I think this is already a standard feature for ICM, so nothing special in a good sense, and you can expect that they will be going nicely without any necessary problems. And if I'm talking about the main gun, so here it is on the next sprue. I was just checking how the barrel is molded. So obviously the barrel is not throughout. You'll have to drill the hole in order to get the more or less realistic appearance if you need to. And some modelers even replace it completely with a metal barrel, but this obviously requires some additional investment from your side. So in case you are up for such upgrades, then definitely go for it, because it looks better and it's also a bit more convincing in terms of the metal parts on the plastic. But if you are fine with the plastic part, just get the drill bit, make it throughout, and that's all. Also here you can see the magazines for the ammo. We have the parts for the main frame, and here we have the floor plate as well. And if I zoom in, you can notice that we have the texture on the floor plate, so it's not just a plain part. And it's also a good material for some weathering ideas, because usually such metal surfaces were heavily worn and it was visible several layers of the primer and paint and the material itself, I mean the steel. Here I'm showing the main barrel, which is molded together with the gun. And some modelers might complain that it would be better to get the barrel separate so that it will be easier to replace, but as I said, I saw some modelers just simply cutting it off and installing the metal part. It's doable and it's nothing, I would say, serious, what will require some extra special skills from you. As for the frame parts, as you can see, the attachment points are relatively thin, so it should be easy to separate them. And if I flip over the sprue, again, inside we will find some guiding elements, so pretty much the same design. And I like the consistency, so the overall styling is kept throughout the whole kit, so you don't get some unnecessary changes which are completely different to what you saw in some other sections of the kit. And next we have decals here. Surprisingly, I guess they will be used only for the Flak. So here you can see the small decal sheet. And yes, now camera is focused and you can see what I'm talking about. I need to take a look myself. Yeah, these are mainly symbols for the Flak turret. And why I'm saying this, because I'm still hoping that some of the plastic figurine manufacturers will start including some insignia for the figurines in form of the decals, because obviously it's not that easy to replicate it with the brush, and decals will be a bit more convincing. So what I have here on the table, it's the assembly manual. As you can see, it's printed in color. We have the short history note here and also some technical specifications for the Flak. Next we continue with the parts map. So parts map shows which parts will not be used during the assembly, and as you can see, none. Everything will be employed. And next we continue with assembly. So straight away we are starting with the main gun, and as you can see, it will have to be installed into this special sub-assembly, which was present also on the real Flak. So that's why it is quite interesting to see how it will be actually structured step by step. And then here we continue also with some assembly options. So as you can see, you can assemble the armored variant, or you can assemble the one without it. So it's also quite an interesting thing. You can see the difference there on the picture below. Might be handy for some diorama ideas. Marking options show you the armored version, but obviously you just omit the armor panels and you're good to go. And as for the figurines, well, the assembly manual and marking guide for the figurines is combined into one. This is also a typical thing for ICM, so nothing special, and it should be easy to understand what you have to do here and there. And overall, kit looks like a really great combo in 1/35 scale. So if you're a fan of the World War II setting and you would like to build a small diorama with the figurines, so definitely check it out. And of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion, so do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.